What's going on, y'all? BlueFalcon here, coming to you with a new video series. All right, are you that person that always wanted to play music, but you just don't know where to start? Or perhaps even worse, maybe you already have started, but quite frankly, you're not any good. Well, you, my friend, are not alone in this experience. This is what I would like to call the musical journey. All right. That's the musical journey, and we all as musicians have gone through it at some point in time. All right, my goal with this video series is to not only help you in this musical journey, but I'm gonna try to get you to go from being depressed to success. All right. And pardon my writing, I don't got the best handwriting, but the point is the same nonetheless, right? That's my goal. My goal is to get you from being depressed as a struggling musician to being a success as a musician. And who am I to even make such a bold promise, right? Well, just a little quick bit about myself. Currently at the moment, I've graduated from Hunter College with a degree, a bachelor's in music. Currently, as it stands, I know how to play multiple instruments. I know how to play the piano, the drums, guitar, bass, saxophone, right? And this is just a bit of some of the things that I know how to do. Here's a quick snippet of some of me just playing some instruments.
All in due time, me say all in due time. Say you a forget yours, and me a forget mine. All in due time, say one day you poor and the next day you rich. But on top of the world, you lying in a ditch. Be true to yourself, and don't ever switch. I make sure when you aim, you never miss. Always hit your target, to say make sure when you aim, you never miss. Always hit your target. And one shot you have in a life, so make sure you live life right. One shot you have in a life, so make sure you live life right. Yeah. In due time, you will forget yours, and me will forget mine. Hey!
Now, again, this is just a snippet. I know a lot more, but what is the point, right? The point is I'm going to try to be as relatable as possible because, again, I've been where you are. I've been that depressed musician. I've been that person who always had an affinity, a liking for music, but I'm going to keep it a buck. I just could not play. I was not any good, right? And this is not unique. I'm not unique in this experience, and you're not unique in this experience. So this is why I would like to, hold out the proverbial hand out to you and help you out on this journey. And not only help you become successful, but perhaps you can take the knowledge that I know and you can even add on to it as you continue to grow as in your musicianship, right? But I just want to start with a little quick story, and hopefully you can kind of see why I understand where you're coming from. So as far back as I can remember, perhaps by the age of 3, me and my brothers always had a liking for music, right? And for some odd reason, our parents, they were not musicians, but there was always a random piano in the closet. How it got there, I could not tell you. But me and my older brother, my little brother wasn't born at the time, but he too later on gained a liking for music. But me and my older brother, we would always go in the closet and, tinker away at the keyboard, right? And it was so interesting because my mom, she wanted me to learn, right? She wanted all of us to learn. But my father, hey, man, unfortunately, he was not the most charitable person at the time. And he always thought it was a waste of money. He didn't want to give us any music lessons, right? He didn't want to pay for music lessons. So we never learned music. He didn't think it was important. Fast forward 8 years, now I'm at the age of 11. My father becomes a pastor. And guess what? You need musicians to play at the church. Who would have thought, right? So our father finally got the revelation that we need to learn how to play music, and I'm making fun of it now. I do remember being extremely annoyed at the time, but hey, it's better late than never, right? But this is actually the first lesson that I want to give out to you all, especially if you're young and especially if you're a parent and you see that your child has a liking for music. Please listen to this piece of wisdom. If they have even an inkling of passion for music, spend the money and help them learn how to play music. It's going to benefit them so much. I mean, yes, I was still young when I learned music at the age of 11, but I could have been a lot further in my musicianship had I started at the age of 3. Because, this is just common sense, but when you're a child, you have no responsibilities. You don't have no real burden upon you. So you can just soak up music just like that, right? So please hearken on to me when I tell you these, especially the parents. Just invest in your child and give them the music lessons. You will thank me later on, all right? But anyway, back to the story. So we had to learn music. Now, this is where I learned my first instrument. My father put both me and my older brother in drum lessons. So that was extremely helpful because that's when I learned my sense of rhythm. And I'm so grateful for it. And I'm going to break down the musical components later on in another video, but I just want to show you that, learning the drums is a great place to start because it definitely builds up a sense of rhythm. But, I really had a passion for the guitar, and the drums. It was something that I've noticed that as we were growing, me and my older brother, older brother really liked the drums way more than I did. So it was kind of like, hey man, you just take it, right? And my father, he ended up teaching me another instrument, or rather paying for the lessons for another instrument, and I learned the piano. But like I said, I wanted to learn the guitar. I mean, hey, it seems like I can never get what I want as a child, but hey, it's my father's house. He's the head of the household. So, hey, I'm going to just rock with it. So I learned the piano begrudgingly. And, for years, I was taking lessons from this one guy who was teaching me classical music. And mind you, to add some context, right? My father, both my parents, they Haitian, right? And they Haitian. So for all my Haitian people out there, sac passe. But no, on a real note, he was a Haitian man, and as a result, the church was a Haitian church, right? It mostly accommodated Haitian people. Now, why is this important? It's important because, again, like I said, I was taking classical music lessons. So I was learning Beethoven, Mozart, Chopin, and all these guys. And, being so young and naive, I'm thinking that, hey, I could play these classical songs, right? So I must be able to play for the church. And boy, was I wrong. I mean, ooh, and this actually is why I was so depressed. All right, so pay attention to this one. All right, you guys. So I was playing classical music, and I literally would put out, the classical book in front of the piano, and I would try to play it. And lo and behold, you can't play Fer Elise over every piece of music. It just doesn't. It doesn't work that way, right? So pretty much I was a debacle. Many people always were just like, man, get this boy off the piano. Get this boy off the piano. And again, this is why I say I understand where you're coming from. And it's funny because as much as people in the church are supposed to be loving people, boy, will they hurt your feelings in a heartbeat if you're not playing music that is pleasing to them. And rightfully so, right? But these are things that, again, it's part of the musical journey. But in your youth, you just don't understand it. You think that it's mean. You think that, why me? Why do I got to be up here? Why do I got to be the one to get kicked off the stage? And I'm telling you, it is so important. Let me digress a bit because you'll probably notice that the name of the channel is called BlueFalcon Game Hard. So let me explain to you why I even called it Game Hard in the first place, right? I'm sure every one of us, even if you're not the biggest video game player in the world, but we've all played perhaps a video game at some point in time, right? And you ever play a video game and you lose, and then you see that game over sign, but right under the game over, there's that word, what it says, continue. And this is why I named the channel Game Hard, because I'm here to present to you, right, that when you lose or fail in life, rather than giving up, rather than accepting game over, press the continue button. Keep pushing, because it's not truly game over, all right? It's a battle in the mind. Had I been stuck at this stage right here, being depressed, had I been that weak-minded boy, or in your case, boy or girl, had I been weak-minded and said, you know what, this is not for me, maybe I'm just not good enough, I would have quit. I would have pressed the game over button. But I didn't. I pressed continue. And believe me, pressing continue, you be prepared to go through a lot of days of being continually depressed. I mean, talk about self-affliction. I mean, look, I mean, you're literally signing up for a journey of tears. And this is the thing, right? I'm not going to be here to stand before you on this camera and tell you that everything's going to be all good and easy and that this music is the easiest thing. No, it's not. Now, music is not hard, right? And I'm going to definitely teach you over the course of this video series how to effectively play music. But I will be lying to you if I said that music is just the easiest thing in the world. You got to grind. You got to put in the work. You got to press that continue button. But anyway, going back, right? So people used to kick me off the stage all the time. I'm sure some of you guys can relate, because I know some of you who've been asking me to teach you music, it happens to you every week, right? Every week we in service, or I should say after service when we jamming, some of you children know the experience of somebody telling you, hey man, not right now, some other time. So I know you can relate to this, but I want you to know I've been there. For years I've been there. And I didn't have nobody to really, hold me by the hand, especially not at that stage, right? And I remember my father had a right-hand man. That brother's name was Watson. And Watson was a superb musician. And the thing that's so crazy, that Watson was actually from Haiti himself. Now, I could speak, Creole, the language of Haiti. I would like to think I'm Haitian, but apparently, if you're not born from Haiti, you're a fake Haitian. To all, the all real, authentic Haitians, you're always gonna be fake, no matter how much Creole you know, no matter how much Haitian food you eat, no matter, you get what I'm saying, no matter how thick your accent, which you probably could hear it in my accent, it don't matter. You're a fake Haitian, right? But Watson was an authentic, born from Haiti Haitian, right? And why is that important? Because in the island of Haiti, the music native to that land is a genre called compa, right? And compa is an awesome genre, but again, it's a particular genre, meaning you got to play a particular way. And if me being born in America, which I was, trying to imprint my American culture to this style, it would conflict, which this is why a lot of people was telling me to get off the stage. Watson, on the other hand, he always knew how to play Haitian music, compa, very authentically. And me as a young boy, 11, 12 years old, I would come up to Watson and be like, hey man, can you please teach me how to play piano? And he would always tell me, nah, I can't teach you. And I was so naive. I was thinking to myself, like, is this guy really just trying to hold this knowledge to himself? And I always remember I couldn't stand Watson. I just could not stand this guy. I would come up to him every week, and he would deny me every week. Now, one day he told me, hey man, all you gotta do is just listen to music. And I kept saying, well, duh, of course. I mean, what else can you do than listen to music? But lo and behold, that was actually the best piece of advice he gave me. So I took a humble pill, right? Rather than being so prideful, and this is going to be another lesson for some of you guys, right? Especially if you at this stage still, right? I'm going to give you a tip. Sometimes just press the pause button. Just press the pause button, right? That doesn't mean the game is over, but reflect. Maybe your current approach is not working. Just press the pause button. Rather than going to that guy all the time and them rejecting you or them kicking you off the stage, how about you understand that, man, you know what? I'm not there yet. And that's what I came to the understanding of. I just wasn't there yet. I took a whole year off. I did not play, right? And all I did, I took out my phone and I just recorded Watson. I recorded Watson every Sunday. I recorded that brother. And I would go home, and with the knowledge I was learning from my classical teacher, I was trying to understand what Watson was doing. All right? Now, I'm going to end the video right here, all right? I want you to please stay tuned for part 2, because I'm going to show you how I got from depressed to success. All right, you guys? With that being said, BlueFalcon over and out. Jesus is king, y'all.
Game to win. Game hard.